The Himba are an indigenous people with an estimated population of about 50,000 people living in northern Namibia, in the Kunene region and on the other side of the Kunene River in southern Angola. All over Africa, some tribes like the Himba still respect and live according to their traditions of their ancestors. The first settlements of the Himba people can be traced back to the early 16th century when they crossed the Angolan border and chose Kowaka land as their new homeland. At that time, the word Himba did not exist because they had not yet separated themselves from the Herero tribe. At the end of the 19th century, Namibia was plagued by a relentless bovine epidemic. Most of the cattle that the Herero depended on perished, and the tribe faced a great crisis. Subsequently, the tribe moved south and started to explore different regions to enhance their chances of survival. Still, some members decided to stay and rather struggle for survival in familiar territories. Then and there, the schism between the two tribes became a reality, and the Himba identity came into being. The red okra cream that the Himba are most famous for is made by pounding the okra stone into small pieces. After that, the fragments are mixed with butter, slightly heated, using smoke and applied to the skin. The main reason for the odd okra is to establish a difference between men and women. Moreover, the red layer seems to help against the scorching sun radiation while keeping the skin clean and moist, and to some extent, it blocks hair growth on the body. On top of the woman's head, you find the Himba crown, named Erembe. This crown is made of cow or goat leather and is placed on the head when a girl reaches puberty. The red okra, however, is applied when the girls are old enough to look after themselves hygienically. The tribesmen do not apply red okra on their skin. The Himba people stick to a very simplistic diet. Every morning and evening they heat some water, wait until it boils, and put some flour in it. Maybe add some oil and food is served. The flour is mostly from maize, but from time to time you might find some mahangu flour as well. Mahangu is another name for pale millet. It is a prevalent crop in Namibia since it performs well in soils with low fertility. On rare occasions, such as weddings, the Himba do eat meat, but this is more an exception than a rule. The Himba are animists, and their supreme being is called Mukuru. The way they communicate with their god is through the holy fire. The smoke of the holy fire rises towards heaven, which enables them to communicate with their ancestors who stand in direct contact with the supreme being. In every village, you will find the holy fire smoldering, while next to it is some logs of wood put on a sacred stone to feed the fire when needed. You are not allowed to cross the holy line if you are an outsider or you have not been invited into the village. The holy line starts from the main entrance of the chief's hut and goes straight, passing the holy fire, to the entrance of the castle enclosure. One of the most remarkable Himba traits is that women are not allowed to use water for bathing. This implies themselves and also their clothes. Again, according to the elderly, this dates back to the great droughts where water was scarce and only men were allowed to access water for washing purposes. Apart from applying red okra on their skin, Himba women do take a daily smoke bath to maintain personal hygiene. They will put some smoldering charcoal into a little bowl of herbs and wait for the smoke to ascend. After that, they will bow over the smoking bowl, and due to the heat, they will start perspiring. For a full body wash, they cover themselves with a blanket so that the smoke gets trapped underneath the fabric. Despite Western influence and agitation, most of their culture has been upheld. The Himba are a polygamous people, where Himba girls are married off to male partners selected by their father once they attain puberty. It is customary for the women to engage in daily activities of milking cows, taking care of the children, while the men go hunting, sometimes living for long periods of time. They speak Oji Himba, a variety of Herero which belongs to the Bantu family within the Niger Congo. The Himba are truly a remarkable tribe.